Right, this next segment, I think I touched on this earlier. It's just throwing curves and just throwing a bunch of different poses out there. Just gonna, it's just an exercise on just different variations and different positionings, and really trying to exaggerate some of the stretching out some of the bodies. So here, again, it's a back shot, kind of like um, again, just playing around with the lines, throwing. Again, like I said before, it's like when you're drawing females, think curves, lots of curves. It's like it's men are more. Well, I'm using a kneaded eraser. I like it because again, it you can erase it and it still leaves a faint line underneath, so it doesn't erase it completely. But I was saying that when you're drawing males, it's think more rigid, a little bit more stronger, harder lines. When you're drawing females, I always think in curves, think round and soft, and um, it's just again, it's just the nature of the beast. It's like men are more squared, and unless you're drawing a dumpy dude and fat guy or something like that. But I mean, in comics in general, you're not gonna see Batman, you know, a tubby Batman or a tubby Superman, or I mean, unless it's a joke or something. But I mean, for the most part, any strong superhero, any strong character, you're gonna have them sort of chiseled and big, broad, and females are gonna be soft and round, and even again, it's like if you're drawing Wonder Woman, I think the best looking Wonder Woman are usually the artists that make her look soft and feminine, but still strong, and that's the thing. That's one of the tricks. Is again, it's like think of um, curves and round and soft when you're doing females, and males think of chiseled and strong and sort of squared shapes. So here we go, drawing another character, a little bit of my, on her all fours, kind of bent down a bit, kind of a little similar to the one I did earlier. But again, it's like any of these shots. It's depending on. I'm gonna try to incorporate these next sketches into a finished piece. So right here, I'm just working out the poses, and it's like just trying to get again trying to get it down, so it's like when I go to work on the piece, I can sort of use this as reference, and you know what I'm talking about later on. So I'm trying to do as many different or variations, or not. What I'm trying to say is like I'm trying to do as many different poses in this segment as possible. I'm trying not to do the same pose. So even though it's like it might be the front shot or back shot or side shot, it's like I want to make sure that each pose is completely different than the one before it. So it's like it's just that's something I like to do, is just I don't want I don't want to have the two characters having the exact same pose, but you have the back side of one and the front side of the other. Here it's like I'm trying to sort of twist and turn and sort of really try to give you as a different position or pose as possible. So it's just again just twist the body. That's it's like again when you're drawing, you can do whatever you want with the figures. I mean, I'm sure, like even now I'm thinking I could have actually gone in there and really done a little bit more with them, like twisted the hips a little more on the figure I'm working on right now. So again, it's when you're doing something like this, when you're sketching out, it's like, again, it's just throw stuff out there, just sketch and see what comes out. I mean, that's when you're doing an exercise like this, that's the whole point. It's just sometimes you fall into little happy accidents when you're drawing something and it's like, wow, I wasn't even thinking this, but it's like this, it really works. It's like, so just have fun when you're sketching. Let's see what I do here, because again, not quite sure what I did. I'm gonna do a little profile shot. And again, probably seen that same pose that I've done earlier, but it was from a different angle. And yes, I know my bodies tend to be a bit skinny, but that's the way I like them, so shut up. You draw the way you draw, I draw the way I draw. I've gotten a lot of heat from that. It's like, hey, those waists don't exist in real life. And it's like, well, these characters don't exist in real life. They're cartoons. It's my exaggerated version of a female. So, yeah, I know. It's all busted up. See, now I can see it. I'm looking at these and it's like, I'm looking at like the character I'm working on right now. The hips should be bigger. The last character right there, it's like her chest is, it needs to be a little bit more girth around the backside. But again, as far as poses go, it's like, it gets the, you kind of get the, kind of get the gist of what I'm going for. So yeah, there you go. Just putting a little bit of finishing touches here and there, but for the most part, that's it for that one. You'll see what I do with this in a later segment when I put them all together. It's like a little Tetris.